stage, Simon Brodkin. Welcome back. It is the second half, and how is everyone doing? Is everyone settled in? How's the parental action going over there? Yeah, did you have a drink, or is it a little bit like an order drink in front of our parents, or would you want to drink so much you forget you're with your parents? Or is it just my parents are paying, so I'm just going to let them buy anything that I can think of? Is that the vibe? There we go. Do you live with them, by the way, still? Do you live with, you don't live with, do you live with your parents? Yeah. You still live with your parents? Okay, good stuff. They must fucking hate you. I mean, can you imagine living with your kid when they're age 25 and then they follow you out on a Friday night? Poor people haven't had sex in years. You go to the car, we'll meet you in a second. Buy the bins later. At least you've got a little bit of respite from there, and then you're still the buttons. You're still smart. I like that. Is that your second, Stella, or are you sticking with? Is your second? Is that the second of the night, or is just the second? And then what about you drinking as well?
I'm drinking water.
You're having the water. Are you driving, or are you just not into your drink?
I don't like Stella.
You don't like Stella, but nice of him to offer you something else. Go to the bar, and unless you want exactly what I'm having, you can fuck off. And you're here, you're all good over here. You've got loads of stuff. You've got your bags here, and you haven't hardly drunk any of your juice.
Yet, no.
You're not. Okay, don't worry. There's no hurry there. There's no hurry. If you keep drinking during the shows, what happens can be really, really destructive because people then go to the toilet in the middle of a. And of course, Derek, you've been incredibly quiet. I like that, more reserved this time. Very good. You're just sitting back, relaxing, enjoying yourself.
The reason I'm quiet.
The reason you're quiet, I shouldn't have even. What was that doing? It's like a kid returning to a firework. You tell me, Derek. You tell me. I'll take a seat while this happens. No, go on. You tell me.
I am in the presence
You're in the presence
of brilliance.
of brilliance. Ooh. Tell me where. Tell me where, Derek. You mean Derek? What a guy! What a guy! And it's very clever because normally people come back hard on hecklers, as a comedian. But when you get a compliment like that, you just want to go and give them a nice big hug.
Oh, come here.
What I do in I'm not going to stop it. I don't want to do COVID. I'll give come in. Let's do a nice. Yeah, thank you, Derek. Thank you very much. I feel like I'm giving out some award here. And my longest serving fan goes to.
I've only known you 4 nights.
Oh, you've only known me a fortnight?
Yeah, that's all.
The jewellery supporting prick.
Avery, my best friend.
What a sweet guy. Anyone else? Come here. Who wants one? It was really good, and then in the second half, he just hugged everyone. It was really fucking awkward. Nice, he's a fan of the stunts. That's really nice. That is. The thing that gets asked most often about the stunts is whether any of them ever go wrong, and. Well, yes, occasionally. In I think late 2019, I broke into a laboratory near Wuhan. I'm sorry. One of the stunts that went very right was the Sepp Blatter one, where through the money over Sepp Blatter. And then I was dragged out the room, and then the strange thing was, he was sat next to me about 5 minutes later, because he abandoned the press conference. There was money all over the floor, and I think he was like, I can't resist, get me the hell out of here. So we sat there like two naughty school children who've both been kicked out of class, One for chucking something, and the other one for fraud, bribery, and money laundering. He turns around and you know what he says to me? He says, "You should be ashamed of yourself." Right? I'm known for my quick banter, quick as a flash. I said, "No, you should be ashamed of yourself." I wanted to high five the security guard, but I was handcuffed to a chair. I was taken to a police cell in downtown Zurich. It was gorgeous. The breakfast alone was worth the criminal record. Beds were divine, as I wrote in the visitors book. So refreshed, will definitely recommend. They were really nice there. They were really. One of the guards knocked on my door, right? My door, my cell. And a few hours after the stunt, you might want to know your little joke is all over the internet. Would you like to come and have a look? Yeah, give me 5 minutes, just finishing off the bar. It was surreal. I was stood at the front desk of a police station, surrounded by police officers, handcuffed, and they were showing me photos of that stunt from websites around the world. And they were so proud of me, and he's our prisoner. So if you're ever in Switzerland, you just gotta stay in the Zurich maximum security area. Mention my name, 20% off the spa. It is the one I got probably the most shit for was the Donald Trump one, actually. If you want to know the difference between the UK and the US, to get around Donald Trump's security, I had to get around the CIA, the FBI, the Secret Service, his own personal bodyguards that do reconnaissance missions, disguises, fake ID, bag swaps. To get around Theresa May's security at the Tory party conference, I had to buy a ticket. Using my own name. How did they not recognize me when I walked through those doors? Hello, I can nearly sell out Chorley Little Theatre. In fact, if you're ever considering which head of state you want to bump off, go to the UK, just a lot easier to get close to. Although to be fair, once you're closer to Joe Biden, it is easier to finish him off. So what happened with the Trump one, and if you want to know all the details, do what Derek did, go to my YouTube, it's all there, but the long and the short of it was, Donald Trump was given a big speech on the green of one of the golf courses that he owns. And I dressed up as if I worked on the resort, and I got around the security and I interrupted as he was giving his big speech from the world's press. Sorry, Donald, I forgot to give these out earlier. Everyone, this is the new Donald Trump golf range. And I scattered hundreds of golf balls around him with swastikas on. So Trump stops his speech, steps back from the podium, says, "Get him out." Secret Service looked confused. We were already outside. What do you mean, take him out, sir? Take out the golf ball guy. No, can't do, he's too far away. No, he's not, he's just really short. The Scottish police swept in, handcuffed me, arrested me, chucked me in the back of a van, sat there crapping myself for over an hour. Then this big burly armed officer yanks open the van door, says, "Use me." I'm very fucking funny.
I love it.
Loosened my handcuffs, asked me to sign one of the golf balls and gave me a sip of his iron brew. What a hero. What a hero. People often ask whether I get scared when I do my stunts. Not really, right? You want to know fear? Yeah? Try telling your Jewish mother that you are giving up being a doctor to become, and I quote, a fucking clown. Scottish police were amazing. They persuaded the CIA not to press charges, and then they drove me in one of their vans, right, with loads of officers to Glasgow airport, and I got a flight back to London. Or, as they told Donald Trump, they deported me. It was amazing. You know, to be honest, one of the hardest challenges of that stunt was getting hold of 150 swastika emblazoned golf balls. It is not easy. It is not easy to get hold of these, which is probably a really good thing. Far worse, just wander into your local Sports Direct. 150 of these ones, sir, no problemo. Anything else from my Nazi golf range? So normally after a stunt, right, there's a little bit of press interest. There's a few photographers camped outside my house, whatever. A few days later, everyone's forgotten about it and moved on. But after this stunt it was different, because after this stunt, the Donald Trump supporting Grand Wizard of the KKK, yeah, Mr. David Duke, outed me as a Jew. Now, to be honest, I already knew. So I was actually a KKK. But after Dukey Boy's little announcement, like the hate that I got on social media just blew my mind. Killed a Jew, put Brodkin in the oven, you know, gassed the Brodkin. Like it was like, who has that hate in them, right? And who has the time to go online, to type it up, to post that? Like, are these the same people who review things on Amazon? Ghostly memory foam travel pillows, both comfortable and lightweight. However, the carry case was disappointingly flimsy. 3 stars. I guess the Jews. People are just so vexed about everything online, right? You go on social media, it's just crazy out there. This was a tweet that I saw that just shocked me, right? Said I fucking hated it. I want to stab them in the eyes, then stab myself in the eyes. Fuck them, fuck all of them, right? That was a review of the Peppa Pig movie. Interestingly, I didn't actually get that much hate on Twitter after the Theresa May stunt. I think that's because most Tories are too old for Twitter. I got one death threat that they called my landline. My wife took a message, it was lovely. Do you know Nazis? They don't call themselves Nazis anymore. They are now the alt-right, and I think they had a little rebrand, you know, guys. We've got 4 options here. We've got alt-right, we've got far-right light, we've got diet Nazi, or I can't believe it's not white supremacy. And they got a new little chant as well. Jews will not replace us. Jews will not replace. I mean, speaking as a Jew, it's not really an area we're looking to move into. These guys are crazy, you know. They're angry. They're saying they're angry. They say their culture. They're worried about their culture going, like their famous far-right culture, you know. Now Radio 4, it's time for another episode of Far-Right Culture. On today's show, they're reviewing the best books to burn, getting in shape for the marching season, and asking, face tattoos, can you ever have too many? People are often surprised when I say I'm a Jew. Now, I think sometimes that's because they haven't asked, I've just whispered in their ear. But other times, I think because of how Jews have been portrayed over hundreds of years, people expect us to look more like... If I was a rich man, give me your foreskin, boy. I love money, yippee yippee yippee, come on Tottenham. But that is just Alan Sugar. Even Jews are like, Alan, tone down the Jewish thing, please, bro, please. Do we have any Jews here this evening? Do we have any Jews here this evening? And don't I just feel welcome now? Got a quarter, mate? You! Now, don't have a fuck you slip through the net. Do we have any Jews? Do we have any Jewish people here other than me? Do we have any Jews? Any Jewish people? I have no idea that was the door policy here. We have a few more of us in. It might be truly medium theatre. But it's truly... Oh, is this a trap? What the fuck is going on?
Take the hint. Not a bad this.
There's not many Jews in the world. There's not many Jews. So it's not a surprise that there's no Jews in Chorley. There's only 15 million Jews in the whole world. You know, unlike in other religions, in the Jewish faith, we're not allowed to ask people to convert. So we just rely on kids seeing people with the big furry hats and the ringlets and thinking, I want to be a part of that. That looks fun, mummy. My grandma escaped Nazi Germany, right, in 1939, so one of the last to be able to manage. When I just turned 6, she took me to one side. She said, Simon, be careful. People will always hate the Jews. And I remember just thinking so clearly, like, why can't you just say happy birthday? But you know, Jew hating is probably more common than people realise. I mean, it is everywhere. You know, even my kid's favourite author, Roald Dahl, big anti-Semite, and you know, once you find out about someone's horrible views, it's then hard to enjoy their work in the same way. I actually now find Mein Kampf quite a difficult read. I'm so worried about the rise in hate in the UK. I have recently applied for a German passport. Yeah, I'm eligible because of my grandma, and I've applied for a German passport. And you know things are bad when Jews start thinking, should we give it another bash? I just never thought that I would have to explain to my beautiful kids there's people who hate them just because they're Jewish. You know, when there's so many legitimate reasons to hate my kids. It's not easy being a Jew. You know, my willy gets chilly. And growing up, we look different to everyone else's. You know what kids are like, they notice the tiniest little things. We're at primary school, right? We're all getting changed. One of the Christian kids sees my willy, you know, and he just points. Why did your people kill our Lord? Dude, we didn't kill Jesus, by the way. The reaction felt we didn't kill Jesus. We didn't. The guy was a Jew himself. In fact, one of the songs that we still sing in synagogue to this very day is one of our own. He's one of our own. Jesus of Nazareth. He's one of our own. Where the Harry Kane chant originated. My rabbi leads some lovely chants in synagogue, actually. Rabbi Shlomo's Bagel Army. Rabbi Shlomo's Bagel Army. Stand up if you hate it when your neighbour covets your donkey. My favourite. He's every fucking where. God. So, the Romans blamed the Jews, and everyone believed them, and that's haunted us for 2,000 years. And for me, it shows you can blame anything you like on a group of people. As long as they're already unfairly viewed with suspicion, people will believe you. And it wasn't the Jews who killed Jesus, it was the fucking immigrants. So I'm from a family of immigrants myself, and yeah, my mum's family kicked out of Germany by Nazis, dad's family kicked out of Russia by pogroms, wife's family kicked out of Wales by community support officers. My dad was a legal aid immigration lawyer, so he helped asylum seekers find refuge in the United Kingdom. And I was always really proud of him for that, you know. In fact, when I was growing up, I actually wanted to be a lorry driver to help find them clients. You have to do something pretty special these days to get a British passport, you know. I mean, do you remember the Polish chef who beat up that London Bridge terrorist with a whale horn? Yeah, even he didn't get a British passport. I think that should be official government policy. You batter a terrorist to death anywhere in the United Kingdom, little moped from the Home Office should turn up. Congratulations, sir, you've just passed the UK citizenship test. Here's your passport, we'll clear up the mess, go and have some fun. We'll have people around the world patrolling our cities, armed with frying pans and canoe paddles. I have a snow globe, you devilish shithead. Fuck you. He's my second one this month. Can my wife have passport? What now ISIS talks about that terrorist death, you know? We have news from Europe. One of our brothers died fighting the infidels on the streets of London. And it was, yes, brother, a question? How did he die? Well, he was repeatedly smashed around the face with a narwhal tusk. Then sprayed to the floor with a fire extinguisher, then shot point blank in the face, all of which was filmed and uploaded across social media and watched around the world. But for the ISIS newsletter, brothers, I'm just going to go with majestic death. Good, right, on to other matters. Our annual trip to Center Parks. Yes, wives can come for free as long as they're under 16. ISIS, man, ISIS. You never want to be considered an actual country. Like, can you imagine getting drawn against them in the World Cup qualifiers? That is a hostile fans. Daddy, that is a difficult time. Explosive midfielders. We'll be there with 10 men in the second half. Okay, some of you aren't going with the laughing at ISIS business. It's like, in a way, you draw your line. Like, so far, my kid has been kidnapped by paedophiles. You were fine with that. I've had the KKK wanting to gas me to death. You were chuckling away there. When I take the piss out of ISIS, yeah, fuck you. No, Simon. You know what? Some people find talking about terrorist groups not ever suitable subject for comedy, so we shall move on. So, the Taliban are back. I think they saw that Friends reunion and got nostalgic. We should do this, guys. It looks brilliant. Yes, I'm not doing anything with James Corden. Their outfits have stayed the same though. 20 years later, I guess if you don't let women or gay people in your movement, the fashion stays pretty static. They are miserable buggers, aren't they? Oh, Taliban, miserable, humorless buggers. Have you ever been to a Taliban birthday party? No alcohol, no dancing, no music, no women. That was a tough gig. I have thought about it a lot, and I have decided that I'm not going to prank the Taliban. Peer pressure. What's going to happen? Derek going to drive me to the airport. On his thing. On his wheel moped. Mobility scooter. Take this one to Cardinal, please. I'm not going to do it. It is, well, I'd make a shit hostage anyway. I really would. They make them do those videos, don't they? Every time I film anything, it always brings out the really wanker actor in me, you know what I mean? There with my handcuffs and whip my hood off. I'll be like, guys, I'm not actually that happy with my lines. And with the guys behind me holding the flags and the guns, cheer up, guys, okay? This is showbiz. If you're having fun, the viewer has fun, okay? So, tits and teeth, guys. Let's go for one. And we got Taliban here tonight, that felt You see, there was a group of parents protesting outside schools a while ago. In the Midlands, these parents, the schools were teaching the children about same-sex relationships, and the parents were worried that it was going to turn their kids gay. I mean, I wish my kids were that susceptible to education. I've been trying to teach my kids to flush the toilet for years. You know, some primary school teacher mentions being gay is okay, then the whole class sign up to Grindr. I mean, no one's coming out stories like when I was never really interested in guys till I was 8, and then Miss Jeffries told us what being gay was, and ever since then it's just been cock, cock, cock. The parents, they were still outside school with big signs saying, say no to the promoting of homosexuality and LGBT ways of life to our children. I mean, how shit are their signs? It is not hard to come up with a school-based homophobic slogan, yeah? Sums not bums. Classes not arses. Arithmetic not sucking dick. These are lazy protesters, okay? More playtime, less gay time. Science quizzing, not anal jizzing. Swimming, not rimming. I've got a lot of these. You know, the argument that annoys me the most is when people say it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. What a load of bollocks. I mean, first, there weren't many Steves in the Bible. I mean, I wish there were. God did saith unto Abraham, Isaac, and Steve, where the effing hell is Trevor? If you don't know the story, you've got Adam, right, who's made out of dust, and you've got Eve, who's made out of a rib, right? So, like, you can't argue with any of it so far. They say that being gay is wrong because Adam had sex with Eve, right? But the guy had no options. I mean, had there been Adam and Eve and Steve, who knows what would have gone on, right? I mean, it could have been Adam and Eve, but it could have been Adam and Steve, or it could have been Adam taking Eve from behind while Eve took Steve in her mouth. So hard. You know, isn't it crazy? There's not a single openly gay Premier League footballer, right? And that is the sport when you score, 11 men jump on top of each other in a writhing mass of young, sweaty, athletic, fit young men with their chiseled abs and glistening chests and beautiful, strong cocks. What are we talking about here? You know, it wasn't that far back. Things change quick, right? You know, back in the day, you just, a standard banter with your schoolmates, you just call them gay, you know? You drink, yeah, you're not having a drink, gay, right? You know, you've done your homework, gay. You got a girlfriend? Yay! I mean, luckily fewer people had nut allergies back then because no one would have admitted that. Don't call the ambulance, I'm not gay. I mean, that is a bloke thing. Women don't call each other gay. You don't get women go, gay, right? That is a bloke thing. We are so bad at communicating with each other. That's what we've got, right? I mean, I've been hanging out with my mates like 20 years. I don't really know anything about them. No, other than their answers to hundreds of would you rather questions. Do you know would you rather? Sounds like you don't know what would you rather is. Okay. Example, would you rather watch your parents have sex every day for the rest of your life, or join in once to make it stop? Particularly awkward over this, so I will need answers before I carry on. I mean, I think had I been more open with my friends, you know, guys, my wife's gone away, I'm struggling to look after my kids, I think they'd just be like, what? Have you got a kid? Why do you think men are 4 times more likely to commit suicide compared to women? Yeah? Now, there'll be a couple of guys here thinking it's because we're better at it. But it's because we don't ever want to admit to being vulnerable or weak or scared, so we'll put on a front, you know, or random example, hide behind a character for 10 years. I'm so shit at sharing my feelings, think my suicide note would say, good, thanks, you? And we'll pass this on to our sons. No doubt, my 8-year-old boy fell over, he really hurt himself. My instinct was to say, don't cry, yeah? Don't cry, okay? That was a fair tackle, I got the ball. Women seem better at communicating. From what I observe, I was on the train the other day, watching 2 women talking to each other. Different worlds, you know? The first woman says, the second woman says, can I just say, I really love your coat. And the second woman says, thank you, yeah, £40, Zara. You've got the most amazing figure, by the way. And she says, oh my God, I would love to have your boobs, though. And she said, oh, these are so sore at the moment. And she says, would you want me to rub them for you? Oh, God, yeah. Oh, that feels so good. Oh my God. I don't know if the last bit happened. I had got off the train by that stage, but I think it's plausible and I've thought about it a lot. I think if I was to ask a mate of mine who was wearing a new coat, like about that coat, I think he'd deny it. I think he'd be like, this new. I don't even know, mate. Well, I like it. Well, I like your mum. Like, I think, like, my biggest fear is I will be asked to speak at my best friend's funeral, and I will know so little about them that I will just have absolutely nothing to say. Hi, my name's Simon, and I was Matt's best friend. I knew him since primary school. Thank you to Matt's wife for asking me to say a few words here today. I'm sorry he never told me your name. What can I tell you about Matt? Matty. Matster. Last year, I'm pretty sure Matt bought a new coat. He's, suit now, obviously, but Matt liked my mum. My best friend Matt would rather have Pringles for fingers than What's-Its for toes. Matt would rather sweat mayonnaise than cum mustard. Matt would rather wank off a dog than finger a giraffe. Matt would rather poo a pineapple than lick a cactus. Of course, he would rather nail his balls to a tree than slam his cock in a car door. Matt would rather suck off his dad than go down on his mum. And as we all now know, Matt would rather jump off a bridge than seek any help. All things bright and beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be Simon Broken. Thank you so much. Good night, Shorty. That probably could have been an encore. I probably could have left stage. But, I was worried if I left and then came back on again, it would just be me and Derek.
I'm available. If you want me to book, I'm available.
Very available, Derek. Like, damn, we'll love you for that. But could we get him kicked out now? Thank you. What a lot of love you've made tonight, special everywhere. Every gig's different, and surely you I'm not going to forget this no matter how hard I try. I love this place. Oh, I'm coming back actually. I think there's another date in November. I hope that's right.
Yeah.
So tell your mates and recommend it. And if you're really old, then come back again. You won't remember a thing.
I might be here.
You might be here. You might be. You still be here. Someone said. Spread the word about the show. Whack up and join me on social media. You've got to do that on Twitter, Facebook, Insta, YouTube, TikTok, and a lot of it. You got the toilet. You got the toilet. He's got the toilet. It runs in the family. Let's get the fuck out of here. It'd still sit there and talk away, you know it. So if you want to take a photo, actually, now's a great damn time to take a photo. Whack it up on social, spread the love about the show, and remember there's another one in November. Smile. I'm trying to look cool.
Which November?
Oh, which? What does that? Oh, is it 21 or 22?
Oh, 23 or 24.
No, it's, okay, good point. It's meant to be 21, but who knows what will happen if Derek doesn't wash his hands. There'll probably be a new variant. Imagine the Derek variant. It talks you to death. Yes. What's that? He always washes his hands. We've just got an update. Derek is a clean man. And I would never accuse him of being anything else. There we go. So yeah. You've got pictures. You've got pictures there of me. You've got photos. You want my autograph. You want my autograph in the middle of my fucking show. Of course I will, my friend. What a lovely guy. Let me say, yes, that's me. There we go. Hold it up. Oh, look at that. There we go. I'll keep that. Yeah, I'll sign that and keep that. Thanks. Give us one to sign. What's your name, mate?
David.
David. You lovely man, David. Here we go. It's a bit weird signing stuff with Nazi symbols. Have a great Third Reich from a signer.
Simon,
Yes, mate.
can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can do. I don't think I'm going to stop you.
You know what you say about the stunts?
Yeah.
Remember when you did the,
What's your name, mate? Forgot.
David.
David.
you know when you said you did the one with the pension?
Pension.
And you did the yacht?
You did, yeah. Should we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you said you weren't scared. You looked pretty scared when you got back on that plane and you said we managed to get out of it.
Yeah, I was shitting myself.
Yeah.
I'll just say I'm not scared for the cameras. I am bobbing it, as you say up here. You say bobbing it? I'm doing the shit, just old-fashioned shit in it. Yeah, that was the Philip Green one,
Yeah, you
renaming
said,
his
yeah.
yacht. Yeah, because what happened on that one was the police came and I scarfed and left all my mates to get arrested. Fuck them, right? No, most of them are out of prison. I'm gonna love you and leave you, lovely people. I'm sorry, I've got to love you and leave you soon and go, unless there's the after party at your parents' house. What's the address? Where do you live? Whereabouts do you live? Oh, near Blackpool, of course, because I asked him for his address earlier and they live in the same house. And that's the way they want this encore to last for hours. You know what I did yesterday, by the way? I watched a porn with my wife.
Whoa!
Yes, mate, it was pretty cool. Not the whole thing. I was watching and she walked in. Yeah, lost a sticker for that. You know what, actually, I think the porn, I don't think watching porn can be very good for your mind. Like, a lot of it is disgusting, you know, especially the stuff I'm into. And it is not realistic, okay? The younger generation over there still living with it's not real. You've got to realise this. It is, I read that 10% of women can't even have an orgasm. Now, I've slept with a lot of women, and I can tell you it is a much higher percentage. It's like 99, 100% of women can never. Scientifically speaking, okay, we know why why we have to have an orgasm, right? It's because there's no one else in the house. But the female orgasm is a scientific mystery. Isn't that fascinating? No one knows why, how. It's just crazy, isn't it? You know? I mean, I asked my wife, like, what does an orgasm even feel like? She described it as a total body meltdown, right? She said her mind and body rush into one, yeah? Creating wave after wave of pure pulsating pleasure. I get quite a nice feeling in my dick area. And then I want a nap. And after my wife climaxes, she loses control over her limbs. She's like a cartoon character being struck by lightning. Thank God it is that way round, right? Because if men felt what women felt, nothing would get done. Right? Those signs are not getting put up in Asda, right? Nothing is getting done. I mean, we're friends now. We're friends, Julie, and this is me. This is my wife, okay? We're about to land soon. It's my turn to sit on the pilot's lap. Surely you have been a joy. I want to see you again one day. Good night.